Smart lights, smart poles, smart cars, smart neighbourhoods, smart homes and smart appliances, all connected to wireless networks and communicating with each other. So what's wrong with that? Technology is good, isn't it? All this is for your safety, security and convenience, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, your streets are spying on you, your mobile phone is spying on you, your cities are spying on you, and the infrastructure for future lockdowns is being put into place right now. Don't be fooled. You're being set up to be tracked through your movements and through the future of your digital wallets. By handing over your data, you're handing over the ability to monitor your behaviour, which will soon be turned into a social credit score. And once the central bank digital currencies are in place, you won't get to spend your money without approval. Digital ID will soon become a reality in Australia. Many other countries are already rolling these systems out, countries like Canada, Scotland and many others. Eventually, you won't be able to access any government or public services, and you won't be able to travel across borders or access healthcare or the internet without a digital ID. Think you won't comply? I think you will. The last 2 years were the dress rehearsal and we fell for it hook, line and sinker. Australians are sleepwalking into this technocratic future. And while we're sitting around scratching our chins trying to work out whether this is really happening, Australia is drifting towards a dystopian digital future.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 10. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 10. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel. And that's who this gospel is being preached out to. All right, Yahushua said that the gospel, all right, that the gospel of the kingdom of heaven shall be preached throughout the whole entire earth, and then the end shall come. Okay, so we're definitely witnessing the signs of the end, as was prophesied by our Lord, alongside with all the other prophets that saw these times and the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, ultimately. Okay, now we've been going into, this new world so-called order, which is going to be pushed by the mandatory implementation of the Motb, otherwise known as the RFID microchip. Okay, and that's been the mainstay, or pretty much the main push. All right, from the apostles on down, all right, of the times that we're in and what's to come, right? This is the main prophecy that we're all looking forward to, because after that main prophecy is fulfilled, we're going to be seeing the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, not too long after that. Okay, now, since 2020, you've seen an accelerated pace towards fulfilling this prophecy, and it's being done in a very conniving manner, right? And we said it from day one that they're going to use many different methods, but ultimately they're going to end up at the same exact point of prophecy, which is going to be fulfilling Revelation 13, verse 16, 17, and 18. Okay. Now I have an article I want to go into real quick. I know this is going to be short, straight to the point. Okay. And this is based in the EU. Okay. It says MEPs back plans for an EU-wide digital wallet. Okay. It says an EU wallet to authenticate and access public and private services, to store, share, and e-sign documents. Okay. Privacy dashboard to give users full control over their data. And it says the wallet is to be used on a strictly voluntary basis. We'll see how long that's going to last, right? Because remember, we're telling you that it's going to be a mandatory thing. Okay, how do we know that? Because in the prophecy, it states that no man might buy or sell except those who take that CHIP. Okay, so it's not going to be a voluntary thing. All right, it's going to be more of a forceful thing. Okay, a mandatory. All right. It says the new digital identity framework will provide EU citizens with cross-border digital access to key public services. There you go. All right. Remember, the key word there is access. Okay, access, and that no man might buy or sell except save he, right, that had the mark. So you're not going to buy and sell. You're not going to have access unless you take the mark. Okay. And these are the building blocks to the mark. As is written, it says, and he causeth all. Okay. So it says, according to the regulation adopted on Thursday and already agreed upon with EU ministers, this new digital identity wallet will allow citizens to identify and authenticate themselves online without having to resort to commercial providers, a practice that raises trust, security, and privacy concerns. Okay, and what is one of the most biggest things that the founder of, or I should say the co-founder of the World Economic Forum has been pushing lately is what? Trust. Okay, he's been pushing the idea of governments and their people, right, trusting this new digital age and so on and so forth, right? So trust is a big thing for them, right? And in order for you to receive the MOTB, you have to have some form of trust, okay? And that's what they're building now. Again, it's all about the MOTB technology, MOTB mentality, and then ultimately the MOTB reality, okay? So it says the EU, which is the European Union, which is part of the beast, right? Which is the economical part of the beast. And you have NATO, which represents more of the military, all right, aspect of the beast. Okay, it says the European Union wallet will be used on a voluntary basis. So you notice how it's mostly pushing, or they're mostly pushing with the EU nations, right? Because there's a lot more nations in the EU compared to NATO. Okay, when you look at the Eastern Hemisphere compared to the Western Hemisphere, right? So ultimately NATO is going to join in, which is going to be, the military, like I said, to enforce a lot of these draconian measures. Okay, but they have to lay the groundwork, which is all going to be economically based. Okay, going all the way back to the European, was it EEC or ECC, European something Commission? I always messed that, but it'll come back to me. Okay, let's continue reading. It says the EU wallet will be used on a voluntary basis, right? And that's the lie, and that's the trick that they always use. Because remember, back in 2020, 2021, when the Vanessa came out, right? It came off as a voluntary thing. A lot of people went and took it. They didn't have to, but they went and took it. So continuing, it says, so again, they're saying that they're creating provisions just to safeguard citizens' rights and foster an inclusive digital system by avoiding discrimination against people opting not to use a digital wallet. That's not true, because by default, anyone who is not part of this new digital system is going to be discriminated against. Just straight up, that's just how it is, right? Klaus Schwab already came out and said it. He said those who don't want to, partake in this new digital world, you're basically going to be exterminated. Okay, so it's going to be extreme discrimination. All right. So continue, it says the law provides for free qualified electronic signatures for EU wallet users, which are the most trusted and have the same legal standing as a handwritten signature, as well as wallet-to-wallet interactions to improve the fluidity of digital exchanges. MEPs have also mandated an open source wallet to encourage transparency, innovation, and to enhance security. That's all lies. They also set stringent rules for the registration and oversight of companies involved to ensure accountability and traceability. Okay? Now, these are all fancy words to make the average person, feel good about themselves, right? That's the trick. Use big words that make no sense. And that way, the average person who thinks about these things will look at it and say, oh, wow, that's heavy. That's deep. Yeah, that must mean something good. Yeah, And meanwhile, it's all bullshit. Okay? It says, via a so-called privacy dashboard, users will be able to have full control of their data and will be able to request their data be deleted as provided for under the General Data Protection Regulation. That is so not true. Okay? Because the very reason why they have the propaganda going on around the world is so that people don't think clearly. Okay? A lot of people don't even know the laws. They don't know the rules. They have no idea what the hell is going on. Okay, these things are all being passed underneath people's noses and they have no idea what the hell is going on. Okay, you got this whole thing, the government's trying to ban so-called TikTok, right? That's just an opening eventually for them to have the grounds to ban anything else on social media, not just TikTok. All right, but it has to start somewhere. Okay, so TikTok being banned is just a catalyst for every other social media platform that does not go against that goes against their narratives to be banned, or anyone else who speaks against their narratives to be banned. Okay, so that's the next step, right? You got this guy Andrew Tate getting arrested, which he's also an insider, right? He's always putting them hand signs up to let the insiders know that he's a part of it, right? Trump is also part of it. All these demons that they put on TV and they show you in the media, they're all part of it. It's all part of the psychological operations that they pull. Okay, so let's continue. It says, Romana Jerkovic said, quote, "This legislation aims to empower citizens by putting them in full control of the use and sharing of their data. Digital identity has evolved from being a mere convenience to becoming a catalyst for civic involvement." See? A catalyst for civic involvement. See? So if you want to participate in society, you gotta receive that thing. See? You have to opt in. You have to chip in. Okay? So continue, it says, social empowerment and a means to foster inclusivity in the digital age, right? These people. Let's just get this thing over with already, man. All this fancy shit y'all doing. Just get to the point, man. God damn. Continue, it says, Parliament gave its final green light to the regulation with 335 votes to 190 with 31 abstentions. It will now have to be formally endorsed by the EU Council of Ministers to become law. Hey, there you go. Right? So when something becomes law, you know what I'm saying, then what happens to those who don't participate in that law or don't adhere to that law? They become criminals, right? And if you're a criminal, what happens? You're subject to certain forms of punishment. You see, that includes imprisonment, right? Ultimately, death. Okay. So it says, a study from the European Parliament Research Service highlights that since the pandemic, the provision of public and private services has become increasingly digital. Existing digital wallet solutions allow users to store and link data in a single, seamless environment on their mobile phones. Soon it's going to be your chip. However, according to the Commission, this convenience comes at the cost of loss of control over personal data. While these solutions are disconnected from a verified physical identity, which makes fraud and cybersecurity threats more difficult to mitigate. You hear that? Do you hear that? They're basically telling you that they need to have a next step in technology in order for all this to make sense and for you to be secure. Because right now, the system we have that's currently in place is not secure enough. So it makes cybersecurity threats more difficult to mitigate. That's the sales pitch. Okay? That's the sales pitch. Continuing, it says, the legislation is a direct response to the recommendations from the Conference on the Future of Europe, particularly aligning with Proposal 3510 and Proposal 335. Proposal 3510 advocates for the creation of a European common digital identity to streamline cross-border digital transactions and services, buying and selling, underpinned by a robust framework of European standards and guidelines to ensure necessary safeguards. Proposal 335 underscores the importance of establishing a secure and trustworthy digital environment. There you have it. Okay, so we're one step closer to the fulfillment of this major prophecy that is going to basically shake the whole world. Okay, the hour of temptation is going to come upon everyone on the planet. And only the elect of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua are going to make it through. Okay, and that's why we're constantly warning to the point where, like you say, ad nauseum, right? It's become nauseating to even go into the same thing over and over and over again. But that's what warnings are for. Okay, when you sound an alarm, when your alarm goes off in the morning, it's one of the most annoying sounds to hear. But you gotta wake up to it, right? Those who sleep through the alarm and they hit the snooze button and all that, guess what happens? They're late to their appointments, right? You wake up, your whole day is messed up, all that shit. But those who wake up, when the alarm goes off once, twice, you wake up right away, you're doing what you got to do, you get that step ahead of everyone. Okay, you're a few steps ahead of everyone, man. Okay, I give an example, and I might have this in the post edits. All right, the prophets are that the people who are given that warning, and you have that wave that's coming, and you got people that are walking on the beach, and they don't even look over to the water to see the wave coming. You hear the prophets yelling and screaming, "Yo, there's a wave coming! It's huge! It's coming! It's gonna wipe everything out! Move!" And you got people that just walking. They don't even take a look at it. They don't even look at the direction in which you're pointing at to say, "Oh, let me just look and see what these people are talking about." They just keep walking like ain't nothing happening. They can't hear you. They can't see you. They're just walking. Those are the same very people that the wave will swallow up, right? And everyone else who's around the same shoreline, joking around, taking pictures and taking videos and saying, "Haha, look at them, haha," you know? So people are going to get wiped out. That wave is coming and it's going to wipe out a lot of you people, man. Okay? It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. We're in that stage right now. Okay? We are in that stage right now. Okay? And the next step is going to be, and that no man might by ourselves, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. That's the next step. Whatever is going to be the catalyst for that next step is right around the corner. Okay? And it could happen within the next few months. Okay? It says, "Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay? So yeah, man, I just wanted to bring that out real quick, straight to the point. Again, prophecy watch. Okay? So I'm ended off there, Lord willing, you were edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh God! Oh, Jesus! Fucking God! God! God!